Hello everyone, thank you for tuning into my channel, and we are here with June's health update, a little bit of a life update as well. So this is going to be it's going to be a lengthy video because there's a lot to talk about. June is a big month for me, and June is kind of a whirlwind for me, so I'm going to get into that. We're going to talk about my physical health first, then we'll talk about mental, and we will talk about a little bit of a life update. So yes, I am wearing my mini ears, Mickey ears with the flowers, because let's try to have some fun. Okay, so we're gonna jump right into the physical health. And I am filming this, well first, I'm filming this June 21st. June 20th, 2014 was the day I was diagnosed with BPD, depression, and social anxiety disorder. So whenever that day comes around, it's very, very huge because it just shows how far I've come. I'm gonna get more into that when I get to the mental part of it all. And hopefully you guys can understand like how hard I've worked and how far I've come to still be here. You know, whether or not you like me, that I'm still here, I'm not dead, you know. So let's get into the physical of it all. I have not even been working, I haven't working out, okay. So all of May, like my elliptical was broken. So I had hardly any physical activity for the month of May. And so finally, the end of May, the elliptical got to working again, and I got back to working out. So I've been working out 4 days a week without hesitation, and it's been really, really working out for me. And also, I started meal prepping. If you don't know what meal prepping is, it's just basically you buy like all these Tupperwares and you eat the same thing for dinner. And we just do it for 5 nights, me and my husband, Monday through Friday. And eating that and then being very active, I've lost weight, so that's good. And I don't have like a goal number of weight, like I don't have a goal number of pounds I want to lose. I just want to make sure like when I look in the mirror, the roll is gone, you know, there's no love handles or anything like that. That's just how I want to look. If you are fine with that and you're fine with your body, that's absolutely fine. But for me, as a person who's always grown up very, very petite, I want to get back to that. So it's going to be a lot harder because the older you get, the harder it is. But I am working hard at it, and I'll have my summer body by the winter. It is what it is. So yes, I've been working out, eating a lot better. I feel good. It's a really great feeling when you just feel good. So that is what's going on with the physical, and after this I will be working out. So yeah, that's pretty much as far as you know, the whole physical part of my health is going. I think I had a pinched nerve right here like the last 4 days, and that's kind of moved onto my neck. So I've been stretching it out like this and just doing it until I can tolerate the pain, doing it off and on for 30 seconds all day long, like every couple of hours, just doing this, and the pain is subsiding. Luckily, it has not interfered with any of my workouts or with me doing anything. When it was right here in my shoulder, it was hard to like cook or push or pull anything. Now that's subsided, and so now it's kind of up here, but I think doing that kind of stretched out. So we're good. Besides that, I'm doing very, very well. So I want to get into the mental part of it. This is where we get to the nitty-gritty of it all. So like I was saying earlier, June 20th is the day that I was diagnosed with BPD, depression and social anxiety. If you don't know what BPD is, it's borderline personality disorder, and I have the link for the definition down below. It's basically a chemical imbalance, and our moods change just like that. The older that I get and the longer I deal with BPD, I can figure out my triggers, and my moods don't change as quickly as they used to. They can shift, but they're not as drastic as they used to be. Like when I was first diagnosed, before, I could go from happy to like wanting to throw a computer through the window. But now I don't feel that way anymore, and it's really good. It just means that I've been self-aware of my illness and my triggers, and I can, you know, step back a little bit and figure out what's going on and go from there. And so yeah, I'm filming this the day after my 4-year anniversary, which is very ironic. That was not planned. So let's see. Okay. The beginning of June started off very rough for me. If you follow me on Instagram or whatever, you guys know it started off very, very rough for me. I was very, very low. I was very, very low. I was ready to go. I was. It was just very, very low. A lot of stuff transpired that was out of my control. I couldn't help it. I was done. And my depression was very, very low, but my anxiety was very, very high. When your anxiety is extremely high and your depression is low, that's a combination for an explosion. And for 2 days, I was a complete emotional mess. I was crying. I was a mess. I was ready to go. And you know, with that, you bring in the suicides of Kate Spade and Anthony Bourdain, and I'm going to talk more about that. It was just really, really hard month for me, and having an emotional breakdown is hard. It's very, very hard, because when you come back from it, it's like running a marathon without going anywhere, and it was just hard. It was hard, and it was to the point where I was going to delete YouTube. I was going to delete Instagram. I was going to delete any trace of me of planning with Kristen on social media. That's how fed up. I've never been that fed up when it comes to my social media account, but I was fed up. But I had a ton of support. I had way more support than I thought I would, and I have just some really, really great friends in my life. You know, friends that have come just in the last few months, or friends that have been there since I started this, or friends who, one friend who's been there since I had my daughter, and they have helped me get through this. They have supported me, they have defended me, they have done everything that friends are supposed to do, and it just meant a whole lot. And that support, and with me finally saying, you know what, suicide ain't gonna win today, not for me. Depression ain't gonna win, anxiety ain't gonna win. We're gonna get through this, and I got through it. And I'm good now. I'm good now. I'm in a much better place mentally, you know. And it just, when I think back on that, I just think back where it's hard to, it's easy to say, don't stress about things you can't control. But it's so hard when there's a lot coming at you, and there's just a lot of bullshit coming at you, and you can't control it. Like, you can't make people shut up. You can't make people go away. And so when it's just coming at you, it's hard to ignore it. And I'm very surprised I did not snap. I am very surprised I did not snap and cuss everybody out and do streams and everything. I just said, you know what, that's what they want me to do, and that's what they want to say. We knew it. Kristen is a problem. Kristen is this and that. And I don't want to prove anybody right. I don't want to prove anybody right. And so I continued to put out videos. I continued to post pictures. I continue to be active and just kind of be like, you know what, you guys can talk all the shit you want to talk, but I'm still going to be me. I'm still going to be here. I'm not going away. If you want me to go away, don't talk about anything that I do. Don't watch anything that I do. And then the views won't be there. So I'm good. I'm good. I still have a great support system, and it's really, really good. So I do want to talk about, I've mentioned this in several mental health videos, and do not let anybody treat you any kind of way, talk to you any kind of way. It is very detrimental to your mental health. Whether you have a mental illness or not, do not let anybody talk to you any kind of way. Words mean things. Words mean things. And there are people who will know about your mental illness and will say things to trigger you. And it's very disheartening when people do that. It's very disrespectful. It's very triggering. I've had some fake Instagram accounts made about me. One in particular told me I was schizophrenic and I needed to be put into the hospital. That was the week where I was fucking done. And it's not fair to do that. It's not fair to do that. It's not right. It's disrespectful. It's, you know, and I've had some fake accounts still. You know, they'll watch my stories and the accounts are, you need to be committed, talk to your therapist, things like that still going on. And I just hide them and block the accounts. And I don't know who has this much time to create several fake accounts to try to get to me. It's very sad. It says more about you than it does about me, because I'm not doing anything to anybody. I'm just minding my business. But, you know, this is why there's a stigma with mental health. This is why a lot of people don't come out and say they have mental health. Like the shit I've been through, I can understand why people don't come forward and say, I have a mental illness. No, I'm not crazy. No, I don't need to be locked away. I'm here and I'm functioning just like you, maybe better than you. And that alone right there is why there's a stigma. That's why people do not come out and say they have it, because of shit like this. And I get it. I understand it now. I will never question why nobody is public ever again after the bullshit I've been through. So I do want to talk about Kate Spade and Anthony Bourdain. Within the same week, Kate Spade was June 5th, Anthony Bourdain was June 8th, within 3 days of each other. Both committed suicide. And first off, suicide is not a choice. It's a last resort. It's when you're tired of hearing the bullshit in here and you just can't get through it. You can't get through it. If you hear anybody saying suicide is a choice, slap them, you know. Money does not help you if you're depressed when it comes to suicide. It doesn't matter if you have a great family, if you have a great spouse, if you have kids, if you have support, you know, it doesn't matter. Once you get to the point of wanting to end your life, none of that matters. I've heard people say, you know, Kate Spade was a billionaire, why would she do this? It doesn't matter. It just lets you know that depression can affect anybody. That their depression has no face. Everyone is the face of depression. And I'm not a doctor, so I don't know what these two people were going through, but there is a form of depression that goes deeper than that for them to take their own lives. And people called Anthony Bourdain selfish. People called Kate Spade selfish because she had children. And I'm sure the last thing they wanted to do was end their life with having children. That's the last thing they wanted to do. And so to say it's selfish is completely disrespectful to them. To say it's selfish is disrespectful to their families. So it's not selfish, it's not a choice, you know, because I've been there. You know, in 2014, I was there, I was ready to end it. I had 2 kids. And it's not something I wanted to do. It's not something you take light, it's not lighthearted, it's not something you take lightly. So suicide is just the last resort because you're tired of hearing the voices telling you you're not worth it, nobody loves you, you don't matter, nobody cares. You're tired of hearing that over and over. And depression is a lie. Depression is a lie. It will make you think things that are not even true. And so, you know, I am going to put the suicide hotline down below. They are there to listen to you, to talk to you. Sometimes just talking to people helps, not all the time. You know, talking is not the cure to wanting to commit suicide, but talking to someone can help you, because a lot of people just don't have anyone to talk to. So just talking to someone can really do wonders. And speaking of, you know, suicide, I saw some people posting about Kate Spade and Anthony Bourdain, and people talking about getting your mental health checked. They're some of the same people who told me, who like dragged my mental health through the mud. And it's just funny to me, you know, if you're going to have sympathy for celebrities, which is perfectly okay, you need to have the same sympathy for the people around you. You know, if there's a loved one that's suffering, have the same sympathy for them. If there's someone you probably don't even care for suffering, it's not okay to tell them that they gotta go get checked out or whatever and mean it as a dig. Because there were some things that came at me, it was not in the form of support. It was in the form of, Kristen's got a fucking problem, Kristen's crazy, Kristen needs to be locked up. You can't say that. You can't tell me that I need to be locked away, or I'm scared to leave the house, or I'm a basket case or whatever, and turn around and do that. And so you just can't. You cannot treat people that way when it comes to mental health because they're a regular, quote unquote, regular person, and then talk about Kate Spade and Anthony Bourdain. You cannot do that. You can't pick and choose who you want to support. So that is that. I want to give a shout out to some of my good friends, Jillian, Jamie, Lynn, Brittany, Kelly, Gabby, Angel, Bobby. There's others. If I left you out, it's no disrespect. Those women have been the most supportive people ever. They had basically been like, Kristen, you're awesome, you know. These women all together, I've talked to them like one-on-one, separately or whatever, and they've just been a really, really great support system. I would not have got to this without them. And it's great to have a support system, whether it's online, in real life. I don't care if it's one person or 10. When you have a great support system, you can get through anything. You really can. And so that is that. So I want to get into something I revealed on social media that I've never really talked about. As everybody knows, I have anxiety. I have social anxiety disorder. Social anxiety disorder was attributed came from me having borderline personality disorder. For a little bit, I would be a basket case who was afraid to leave the house. And because of that, whenever I had to leave, I would get anxiety about being in stores. And so that's why I don't do concerts. And so I have anxiety. My anxiety is a lot better now. Now I can go grocery shopping and everything. It's not as bad, nearly as bad as it used to be. But when I have anxiety, it causes my hands to shake. You can't tell, my hands shake. And I can't control or anything. And so I've had people criticize my writing. I've had people criticize the way I put down stickers. And I used to play it off like, you know, as long as I can read it. I don't write sloppy by choice. I don't put crooked stickers down by choice. I have anxiety. And that is why I tried to write neater, like when I'm writing out my plans. And that alone gives me anxiety because I'm worried about writing right. And I finally said, fuck it. I don't care what people think. And this goes to show you that you don't know what someone's going through. And the reason I revealed that is because there were so many people saying her writing it looks like chicken scratch and everything, and it just shows you that you don't know what somebody is going through. And I've never revealed it because I was just like, you know, I'll just play it off, I'll laugh it off. But that's exactly what it was. That's exactly what it was. And it was disheartening, you know, and I just wanted to put that out there. And so that's it for mental. But yeah, you guys, you have to be careful what you say. You have to not judge, because you don't know what someone else is going through. And especially if you know someone is having a mental illness, you have to tread very lightly, you know, and not do things to trigger them. And I've had people use mental health against me just because they know I'm open about it. And it's just sad. So yeah, I'm in a much better place now, and that's good, because staying in a bad place only gets worse. And so yeah, that's what's going on, but I'm very, very good. A little bit of a life update. I did close down my Etsy shop because Etsy raised the price, or is going to raise the prices from 3.5% listing fee to 5%. And even though I don't ship anything, I didn't have to worry about shipping fees. They're going to start charging for shipping fees. But I haven't done flat lays in a while. And every month I will still get billed for a listing. There's a listing fee, and I have quite a bit of listings. I decided just to close my shop because I don't want to pay for something when I'm not really making any sales. I'm still making sales, but it's kind of slowed down a little bit. So I decided just to close my shop. That's it. Life update, the house is going great. We're trying to hurry up and get it furnished. We got new couches. We're gonna be getting a new TV. We're supposed to be getting a chair to match our couch. We're just finally getting things together, and there's not really much of a hurry. I mean, we're not moving or anything. We don't rent. And so that's what's going on. And I'm trying to think if there's anything another life update. My daughter, a couple days ago, was Monday, got 4 of her wisdom teeth pulled out. She had 2 on top, 2 on the bottom, but the 2 on top were like right here by her eye socket. So she is very, very swollen. She's not in much pain, but she's just very, very swollen, which is expected. My youngest daughter is doing very, very well. And yeah, that's about it. So this was a lengthy video, like I said. I hope you guys learned, and I already know people are gonna talk shit, but it's perfectly fine. You know, it's perfectly fine. But yeah, I am gonna get out of here. I hope you did enjoy this video. I hope it was educational. I try to be educational when it comes to BPD. Oh, I forgot to talk about, I said I was gonna get more into BPD, and I didn't. but I think I pretty much covered it, so yeah. But BPD, you know, my moods don't switch as often as they used to. I'm pretty good at taking my meds. Yes, I take medication. Just because you take medication doesn't mean you're crazy. I've been on top of my medications, and BPD is one of those things that is one, hereditary, and two, comes from a traumatic event that has happened in your life. And there's 9 traits. You have to fit at least 5 to be diagnosed. I fit all 9. And it's a very hard illness that doctors want to deal with because they don't know how to deal with it. And it's a very difficult illness to kind of keep under control. And a lot of it is self. You have to do it yourself. Like, you can go to therapy. I've been told I need to go to therapy. You can go to therapy and you can see doctors, but you have to do the work at home. And I do that by, you know, journaling and keeping track of my moods and everything. So it is what it is. And BPD, you can be doing very, very well and then do very, very bad. And that's what comes with the territory when you have BPD, depression, anxiety. And so I just try to do my best. And, you know, there are people out there who don't like me. I've been called a bully. And that is fine. I don't believe I'm a bully, but people seem to think that. And I would agree that last year, before the summer started, I came off as a bully to a certain person. I did apologize to that person. I did a live stream about it, and me and her are good. We don't talk, but we're good. And, you know, I don't see myself as a bully. I feel that I've already responded to something when something has come my way. But if you feel that way, I can't change your mind. All I can do is just mind my business and continue to put out content and continue to put out, you know, things that I love doing. And that's it. That is it. And yeah. So I'm gonna get out of here, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Very lengthy, like I said. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Get on that. And just to let you know, whether or not you give me a thumbs down, it's still a view. Because my last health update is my highest grossing video to date. So I want to thank you guys for all the hate and all the love, because it means a lot. It meant a lot. So that's the only penny you're gonna get in this video. So I'm gonna get out of here, and I will see you all next time. Bye.